It's been a week exactly. Day 6 yesterday. Felt like salty garbage. Didn't sleep well. Wound up waking up in the middle of the night, staying awake, and slept most of the afternoon. Didn't get my walk in. Just exhausted from it, and trying not to feel guilty about it. But I noticed what helped. Shave for the first time to get a good look at everything here. I missed a little spot, couldn't get too close. All this right here, right everywhere my finger's going, it feels like Novocaine whenever you get dental work done, how it's tingly coming out of it. It still feels that way. So we'll see how it gets better as we come back. When I was shaving, it felt really weird to try and judge how much pressure to use there. So I just took my time. Thought we'd feel a little bit better if we cleaned ourselves up a little bit, and it helped. Put nicer clothes on, shave, don't look like a slob. But still, every day, have to take a nap, have to go to bed on time. And just want to talk about how important that is. So yesterday, I prioritized sleep. I prioritized taking a nap over going for walks, over rehab, any of that. And there's two people I've followed that talked about it. If you're into MMA at all, Khabib talks about how, all these people, they talk recovery, and they'll do massage, and they'll sit in the sauna, and they'll do the infrared, and they'll do steam room, and they'll do trigger pointing, and they'll do needling, and they'll do cupping, and they'll do ice baths, and they'll do cryotherapy, and and that's not recovery. Sleep is recovery. So again, we're looking at world champions, we're looking at elite people, what they do that works. I remember 20 years ago when I was training like crazy, just out of high school. I had 1,000-pound powerlifting total. I'd done the Presidential Fitness Award, and that combination I thought was pretty unique at the time. But the way I did it, I would lift, I would eat, I would shower, and then I'd take a nap immediately after. If you look at people like Ed Cohn, he said, whatever you're leaving in the tank when you finish your workout, that's what you're starting your recovery with. So he did it where he wasn't trying to go all out. And I feel like people misinterpret that. Like, if you look at a professional athlete or pro bodybuilders, yeah, they'll go until they're exhausted and crawling out of the gym. And then they'll go eat, and someone cooks for them and massages them and rubs their feet, and they take an hour nap. And they wake up and they don't go to work. They don't have a construction job. They don't teach. They don't whatever high-stress thing it is that you have in your life the next 8 to 10 hours. So that's completely different. Kids are in school right now, and the first thing every time, nap. Do this little video, check in, nap immediately. And well, when am I waking up? When I wake up. When I wake up, or when I have to get my daughter, whichever happens first. So I set the alarm for when I have to get my daughter. And you have got to prioritize sleep. You have got to prioritize rest. Just hammer on that. And the other one was Sue Falzone. So I had the pleasure of seeing her in person before during, the Get Fit Summits. They talk about input versus output. You're trying to change your output, but she's using the same analogy of like, these people are trying to change something, and it's just constantly input into your body. Like, if I want my neck to heal, I don't need to just send more input there. It's just had tons of input a week ago with surgery. I had this cut open. They cleared all these things out. They put a disc in. My body needs to recover from that. It doesn't need more stuff sent to it. It knows what to do now. It just needs to be monitored and make sure, okay, I washed this. It's clean. The bandage was on long enough. I'm not straining myself. Like, even as I look at myself here, I look way more tired than I'm used to. I didn't realize how like garbagey I look. So I look about as garbagey as I feel right now. I look and feel like I've been comparing it to that part where you have the flu or something right when the fever breaks and you're like, okay, we're over the worst of it kind of feeling, but you're still nowhere near 100%. So it's been a week. We're on a good pace. I picked my daughter up for the first time. Later today, I'll excuse me. Later today, we're going to look at some kinds of exercises and movements that I think we're good to do and break down why we're doing what. So good checking in. Fast forward for day 6. If I reflect on how I felt then, I had such bad depression and anxiety and was so tired and felt so garbagey, I just couldn't even do a video that day. If you heard, I wound up doing the video the next day. That was the first time I wasn't regimented like that, and it just, I couldn't handle it anymore. I had anticipated going 2 weeks without shaving. That was when they said you could shave the actual spot, but I figured I need to shave close to it, as close to it as possible. Again, you hear things about sleep. Well, what time are you going to wake up? Well, I don't have an obligation, so I'm waking up when I can wake up. As an athlete, when I was trying to get into better shape, when I was trying to build muscle, when I was trying to lose fat, when I was trying to improve my performance, I looked at the things I had control over and went all in on that. It wasn't, I'm going to get my workouts harder. I'm going to lift more weight. I'm going to do whatever in the gym. It was, I'm going to be disciplined in going to bed on time. I'm going to be disciplined with my nutrition. I'm going to be disciplined with staying hydrated and managing my stress and always doing my warm-up and always listening to my body. The more disciplined I was in those areas, everything else took care of itself. Everything else improved. I built muscle when I wanted to build muscle. I got stronger when I wanted to get stronger. I dropped body fat when I wanted to drop body fat. We have this like backwards mentality of I need to do more in the gym when it's you need to give yourself more to support you in the gym. I tried going out and looking for new clothes, shaving, doing all that. I wasn't eating particularly well during that period of time, and I reflected on what I could do and make, again, reasonable goals. Well, I'm not going to eat like trash every single day. I'm not going to go perfectly clean eating, but what if I just have some kind of dessert only with dinner? Only with dinner. And then go from that. Make sure I eat enough vegetables, make sure I'm staying hydrated, make sure I'm getting to bed at a reasonable hour. And then we look again at the different types of rest. What do you need? Do you need something creative? Do you need some type of socialization? Do you need to sleep? Because it's not always just sleep. As we go through this, if you are new to fitness, if you're getting back into this for the first time, we're going to talk about raising the floor, not your ceiling. So on your worst day, on the hard days, what do you get done? Do you get do you get a mile walk in? Do you go to sleep at a reasonable time? Do you get a cup of vegetables? Did you have protein in the morning? Because the biggest thing that has worked for myself and my clients, when you have a low or no carbohydrate breakfast, that is what is helping drive the fat loss. That's what's controlling insulin. That's what's controlling your cravings throughout the day. So you find these very simple things. Well, I love having waffles in the morning. Yeah, I know. So do I. My wife does too. I tell her just move it to lunch. All fat and protein in the morning, go work out. You could have that with lunch. Go for a little walk later, you're good. It is way astronomically different doing it that way. So, shorter check-in. Hope all this helps.